Welcome back to the VMSports Cast. I'm Eladio Jaimes.
And I'm Paul Canancer.
We're going to take a look at the games of Week 1 coming up ahead of us. And what better place to start than at Raymondville, where the Bearcats host the Port Isabel Tarpons in our game of the week. There's other big games on the schedule, Paul, of course, most notably the Ed Chelsea hosting Westaco. But this was our game of the week, mainly because of Coach Alex Leal and his quest for 200 wins. Another win here gives him that big milestone. Talk a little bit about the game, talk a little bit about Coach Leal and what this game means to him and the Valley in general.
Well, honestly, I think for Alex Leal, it's just another game. For his kids and his coaching staff, that's a different story. You know, Coach Leal told me that when he first started coaching, he just wanted to do well enough to have a job for the next year. Well, he's done that and more, because he'll be going for his 200th win on Friday night against Port Isabel, which is one of his former coaching stops. I think that it's going to be a great game. Both teams are quick. They're former district rivals up to a couple of years ago, when the UIL split with Valley 3A districts and moved Raymondville and Lyford up in the district with San Diego, Zapata, and Fowl, and kept a small 5-team Valley district. So there's a lot of things to look forward to in this game. The quickness of the Raymondville defense against the quickness of the Port Isabel offense.
What do you see being the key to this game? You talked about their offense and their defense. What do you see being the key here? What's going to need to happen for either team to be successful?
Well, I think the key is going to be who can run the ball and can control the clock. Both teams have a lot of speed. I mean, Port Isabel's Nolan Nunez, you give him a crease and he's gone. You know, and the same with Raymondville. They have a lot of speed in Dusty Alejo, Orly Mesa, Jake Garcia. There's a lot of speed on the Bearcats on offense and defense.
You know, PI's had a good run of running backs in the past few years. Most recently, you got guys like Johnny Nieto when they were up in the Missile, when they were up competing in the state semis. Is Nolan the next in line of those good or great PI running backs?
I think he is. He's aware of what it means to be the feature back at Port Isabel. You can look back, in the history of Tarpon football, and they've had great running backs like Travis Sanders, Jimmy Gonzalez. There's
Joey Loera there.
Joey Loera too. And the interesting thing about Nolan Nunez is he started out in 7th grade as a guard, according to Coach Monty Stumbaugh. And just by testing him and seeing how quick he was, Stumbaugh said, "Well, you're not a guard anymore." He got banged up a little bit against Ed Chelsea, but he looked good at practice today. He was running free and loose. And I think that's going to be one of the keys for Raymondville to win this game, is to slow him down. Although Port Isabel threw the ball pretty well against Ed Chelsea in the second half, which probably surprised quite a few people.
Talk about Raymondville's offense. They won that you said Alex Leal called a two-headed Bearcat monster. Is that working out for them? Are they going to stick with the two quarterbacks? Are they going to stick with one guy over the other?
Well, they both Orly Mesa and Raul Salinas moved the ball well. I mean, Salinas is the better passer, and they scored on the first 2 drives that Salinas directed, and he threw for a touchdown and ran for a touchdown. His numbers weren't overly impressive, but the Raymondville defense gave the Bearcats such good field position, they didn't have to put together too many drives. Orly Mesa rushed for over 120 yards against Fremont on Saturday afternoon. So he knows what to do with the footballs in his hand too. So I can see Coach Leal continuing with the quarterback rotation system.
Who do you like in the game on Friday?
I'm going to go with the Bearcats. Magic number 200 for Alex Leal at home at Burnett Stadium.
I'm going to go with Raymondville too. I mean, I think that that one of the deciding factors could be the home field advantage. It's going to be the energy and the electricity in that stadium is just going to be at a so much higher level than they've probably seen in Raymondville for a while. It might resemble a playoff game. I just think everything's going favoring Raymondville, and I see them pulling it off too.
And I think also that PI had a much tougher game, much more physical game against Edgecombe Elsa. And Raymondville present different problems than E did for PI.